Okay, basically, in today lecture, we discuss the topic routing algorithm. What is the routing process? The routing process signifies that each any node, as we know that in the ad hoc network, all nodes behave like a router. There is no centralized management as compared to client server architecture. In the mobile ad hoc network, each node behave like a router or have ability to transfer the information from any node. Routing is the process of selecting appropriate path. Routing is the process of selecting appropriate path. How we select appropriate path? Now the question arises here: what is the definition of appropriate? How any node justify that, yeah, or select the particular path is suitable for transmission? The routing process. If we define the routing process, then it communication with the each node communication with each node and establishing the connection for transferring the data. The routing process uh, includes certain matrices. These matrices or parameters are beneficial for selecting particular path from one node to another node. So that routing process involve select the appropriate path for transmission which satisfied these matrices. Now, what are these matrices? What are these parameters on which any node select the appropriate path? The matrices are or parameters are: first, path bandwidth, reliability, delay, path bandwidth, reliability, delay, and current load on that path. Current load on that path. These parameters are used for selecting the path for transmission. Path bandwidth. The path bandwidth says that uh, bandwidth signify that each per unit of time, how many data sends in the unit of time, how many data and the number of data packets are sent signify that bandwidth. And path bandwidth is a particular a particular path in a unit of time, how many packets that path capable to send the information. Each and different type of path available for the for in the ad hoc network, and their path bandwidth are differ as the as their size and uh, features. So this is the main property, matrix for selecting the path that their bandwidth is maximum. They transfer maximum packets in the minimum number of time. Next matrix is reliability. Reliability signifies that, as we know that reliable mean your authenticity of data. The whatever information sent by the sender, it actual format received in receiver end. Reliability on the basis of time, on the basis of originality of data, which path is more reliable for transferring the information. The path having less number of threads, less number of failing uh, conditions. So that this matrices is again used to select the path routing process, the reliability of that particular path. Third matrix is a delay, or sometimes we say that delay is latency. Delay is transmission, the time at which the packet is sent from the sender, and the time when the receiver received that particular packet. This time difference is known as delay of the transmission. For selecting a particular path, node decide that the delay or latency is minimum. Node choose the particular path that the delay timing or latency is minimum. Next parameter is current load on that path. Current load on that path. For a single path, lots of information sending by or receiving by the several type of nodes. Single path use single path share by among the all several nodes. If a single path share by the several nodes for transferring the information, then traffic generated. Due to this reason, the actual load on that path, the actual traffic on that path. Suppose you want to select the particular path which have lots of traffic, lots of nodes here, then your packet uh, waits a certain amount of time. And if you select the path which have a minimum traffic or load, then your path your packets send frequently. So the parameter current load on that path is also selected for particular path. For selecting appropriate path, there are certain matrices which considered by that node. These matrices are path bandwidth. Path bandwidth is total amount of packet sending uh, per unit time by the associated path. Reliability ensure that your data is sent properly in a proper format without any loss in original format. Then your path is organized such a way that your secure original data sent over the receiver end. Delay, waiting time, the sending and the requesting time, and for receiving time, the difference between the receiving and sending time is the delay, and we should select the path which minimizes the delay, which minimizes the latency. And next matrix, current load on that path. For a particular path, the matrices are the load of the path. The total number of nodes are who are sharing that particular path uh, is signify that the load of that path, and load of that path is minimized. If a minimum number of load, then your packet is easily sent over the network. Routing process, these are the matrices, these are parameters used by the nodes for selecting appropriate path, and the process of selecting best path for sending the information is called routing. As we know that in the mobile ad hoc network there is a no router device required. Each and every node behave like a router who can which can able to transfer the information, able to select the path in the network. Routing process used in wired network or wireless network. We can also use a wired network and wireless network. Both are supportable. And various routing protocol which are directly used in the normal network, they are not supported totally in the ad hoc network. In the ad hoc network, we require some special type of routing protocol. In the networking, you learn several routing protocol which are relevant in normal networking concept, client server architecture, distributed architecture. But while you consider the mobile ad hoc network, then due to the certain feature, due to the feature of minute, we require some other protocol, some other methods for selecting the proper path. So that we can not directly apply all the protocol of a normal network in the mobile ad hoc network. Now the question arises: what are the main protocol which are used in mobile ad hoc network? If you select the mobile wireless network, if you find the mobile ad hoc network, then first, for selecting, for creating a path, for creating for selecting a routing algorithm which are supportable for the mobile ad hoc network, we must consider the features of mobile ad hoc network, which discuss later video lectures, that the features of mobile ad hoc network in the last lecture. Then these features are used to select protocol for routing process. In brief, the main feature of ad hoc mobile ad hoc network or MANETs are: they are highly dynamic topology, no infrastructure for a centralized administration required, no infrastructure for centralized administration required, bandwidth constraint, bandwidth constraint, energy constraint, bandwidth constraint, energy constraint. These main features of minutes. And if we consider the mobile routing protocol, then we must follow these features. If these features are acceptable, then protocol is selected for minutes. Or we say that the reason for not supporting the normal routing protocol in the minute are these. Due to these feature, the normal protocols are not supported by the mobile ad hoc network. Now we consider the mobile dot network protocol, which is the main topic of these lectures. Mobile in minute nodes do not know the topology of their network. They are network independent. They discover own topology. The ad hoc network use a dynamic topologies. Uh, and if we divide the mobile ad hoc routing, minute routing protocol, especially these protocols are designed for mobile ad hoc network. The mobile ad hoc network is, if we classify the routing protocol, the routing protocol broadly classified for their their features, like routing information update mechanism. We classify the several protocol on the basis of routing information update mechanism. How they update the information for sending the establishing the connection. Use of temporal information routing, use of temporal information routing, routing topology, uh, utilization of specific resources. These main categories, if we classify all the routing protocol, minute routing protocol, then they are classified in the four, on the basis of four features, four categories. These categories are: first one, routing information update for routing. The information which are updated on each connection. Next category, use of temporal information on routing. What the temporary information sent over the one node to another node. On the basis of that, some protocols are come in this category. Third one, routing topology. On the basis of various type of topologies used for routing process, some protocols are categorized in this category, routing topology. And fourth one, utilization of specific resources. Some resources, some specific resources are used in the special manner, and due to this resources utilization of resources, the protocol are categorized for this category. There are four classification of the routing protocols. First one is routing information update mechanism, use of temporal or information or routing for routing topology, utilization of specific resources. In our course, as we say, as we informed you earlier, that there are 22 to 24 algorithm protocols for using RDoC network. 24 to 22, 22 to 24 routing protocol available for several minutes. But basically, we have certain which are written protocol on your syllabus. These four, 3 and 4 type of protocols we are discussed in your syllabus, and further remaining protocols are for higher studies. The basic first category, as we say that the based on the routing information updation. Routing information updation, there are 3 type of protocol. These are the category of protocol on the basis of route updation mechanism, routing information updation mechanism. These categories which are shown on your screen is basis of routing information update mechanism. On the basis of routing information update mechanism, there are 3 types of protocol categories. There are 3 types of protocol categories known as proactive, reactive, hybrid. There are 3 categories of protocol on the basis of routing information update mechanism: proactive, reactive, hybrid. We know that what are the 3 terms. What are the proactive protocol? The proactive protocols are those protocol which uses table driven routing protocol. Table driven routing protocol, this written here. Table driven routing protocol. Table driven routing protocol means it's maintain a certain type of table rows and columns, and these rows and columns, the information is stored in the particular tabular format. In the if the protocols are in proactive category, then they store the information, routing information, in the table driven protocol. And proactive protocol, also known as table driven protocol. You should also know the second name of proactive. The second name of proactive is table driven routing protocol. These are also known as table driven routing protocol. Now we understand what the table driven routing protocol. It maintains a routing information in the routing table. The protocol which comes in the proactive category, they maintain a table which store routing information in the tabular format. Routing information the address, the IP address of the source, the IP address of receiver, the transmission path, and lots of information is stored in the table. and this table is flooded in whole network. If any node want to connect with another node in the dock network, the table, the routing table which we maintain by the that particular node is flooded over the network. It throw the that table information over the network, all the network, and this is used as a packet transfer information. These the table contain the packet transfer information like source at IP address, destination IP address, and their checksum, packet details, uh, how many packets are sending for that particular connection. Lots of information in the routing table. This table is flooded over the network. Runs path finding the algorithm with the routing table, and the separate routing table which contain the information of the routes to all the possible destination mobile. Each and every node can see the that particular information which sent by the that sender node in a tabular format. The topology in the mobile ad hoc network is a dynamic, and these information updated periodically. The table information updated periodically as the network topology changes. And if the tabular information flooded over the network, when the receiver node identify the table information, and it is the actual node, then it received the packet. And if the information is not related to the node, it is skipped by the other node. The disadvantage of main limitation, first we know that limitation. The limitation of that it has a limitation that it is doesn't work well for the large network, as the entries in the routing table become too large, since they need to maintain the route information to all possible nodes. This is the main disadvantage of proactive protocol, and the proactive protocols are beneficial for a small number of nodes. The management of the certain nodes are easy, but as the nodes increases, the number of node increases, your network is become large, then the each and every routing information is stored in the table becomes bulky, large, and due to the large table, it not easy to send that table for each and every node. It takes time, memory space, and lots of problem in the networking. So the main disadvantage of the proactive protocol or table driven protocols are, if the network size increases, the routing information is stored in the table also increases, and it's not easy to maintain these routing information for such type of large network. Okay. First we understand these three categories, then we understand the protocols. Because the if we say that at GSR and DSDV, these are the all features with the proactive protocol. So first we understand what are the proactive, reactive, and hybrid. Then we explain this one. The next category is known as reactive protocol. What are the protocols features in this protocol? If we consider the reactive protocol are on-demand routing protocol. They also known as on-demand routing protocol. Proactive protocol known as table-driven routing protocol. Reactive protocol known as on-demand routing protocol. You also know the second name of that particular category. So reactive protocols are on-demand routing protocol. They obtain necessary path while required. Like previous one, proactive protocol, they are not sending the all information to all the nodes. They are not maintaining the table and sending all the information. The information sent when any request occurs. The reactive protocols are on-demand reactive protocol, routing protocol. Name says on-demand. When you require, then send the data. Obtain the necessary path while the required. If any requirement generated for receiving the information, then routing information sent to that particular node. The route is discovered only when the required, when the need generated, when the requirement generated, then the information sent. The process of route discovery occurs by flooding the route request packets throughout the mobile network. It consists of two major phases like this. Uh, the difference of proactive and reactive is send all the information to all the node, but in the reactive routing protocol, they are only sent when the request is taken. No other change. So that the maintenance of the data table databases and management is easy as compared to proactive protocol. The third protocol is a hybrid protocol. The third protocol is hybrid protocol. Now we consider what are the main features of hybrid protocols. The hybrid routing protocol, third category. The hybrid routing protocol, it not a third category. There are basically two type of category: proactive, reactive. Proactive send that proactive information and send the information all the times for all nodes. Reactive, when the request is generated, then send the information. Hybrid is combined both the feature, so that its name is hybrid. It basically combines the advantage of both reactive and proactive routing protocol. The both advantages of for both type of protocol. These protocol are adaptive in the nature. These protocol known as adaptive in the nature, and adapts according to the zone and position of the source and destination mobile devices. They here the simple example. If you have a network, then we divide the network in certain zones, certain groups. Groups are called zone, and zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 3. We divide the network and they send the information zone wise. Zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4. And the adopt according to the zone and position of the source for the destination mobile nodes. In the zone of given node, use table driven. Suppose we have 4 zone and zone 4 required the receiver packet. If the zone 4 required receive packet, then these are not getting the information. Zone 4 send the request for packets. Then if the request send, then the information send the zone 4, and in the zone 4 all the nodes sending the all the nodes are receiving the tabular information of routing data in the proactive manner. Zone 4 all the nodes receive the information in the tabular form like a proactive protocol. In the all the nodes are received. So it work like a reactive and proactive. Reactive in the nature, when any zone requests, then it send the data zone wise, and if the that particular zone requests, then all the nodes of that particular zone select the information as a like proactive protocol. So this is the way of working of hybrid routing protocol, that it is a work like adaptive nature, adaptive protocol. This is a certain type of heading in your syllabus. What is the adaptive protocol? Adaptive protocol, this feature. That the nature of adaptation is adapts according to the zone and position of the source and destination mobile nodes. Zone wise selection, and in the zone they are working as a proactive manner. And zone routing protocol, we know the whole network is divided into the different zones, and then the position of source and destination mobile nodes is observed. If the zones and zones are divided, once zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 5, zone 6, uh, and all the zone position are observed. If the source and destination mobile nodes are present in the same zone, if the source and destination nodes are provided in the same zone, then the proactive routing is used. Then the proactive routing is used for the transmission of the data packet between them. And if the source and destination mobile nodes are present in a different zone, then reactive protocol is used for transmission. Suppose zone 2, uh, in the zone 2, we divide the all network in the several zones, and zone 2 has sender and receiver. Then zone 2, the sender receiver select the information like a proactive manner, like a proactive manner. All the table information maintained by the node and sending the all the nodes in the zone 2, because sender and receiver are same nodes. And if the sender and receiver are different nodes, suppose sender is zone 2, receiver is zone 3, if the different zone sender receiver, then they will work like a reactive manner. Suppose that zone 2 have a sender and zone 3 have a receiver. If the zone 3 receiver want the information from zone 2, then the reactive protocol use. So this protocol used in the both manner, proactive manner, reactive manner. When the sender receiver are in the same location, then it is the proactive manner. And when the sender receiver are different, in the reactive manner. So these are the major categories of protocols. In the further lectures, we discuss the various type of protocol, like proactive protocols are in the category of proactive protocol, DSDV, DSR, GSR, DSR, AODV. These protocols are in your syllabus, and we discuss detail according to their feature, their comparison, and nature. Some features are you already known. What are the feature of proactive? They follow these features. Reactive features, DSR and AOD. Hybrid feature, GRP. The protocol examples follow all the features of their category which they belong. These are the main protocol which are we discussed widely in our syllabus. But we in earlier we discussed the four category of the protocol. First category we discussed the based on the temporal information. The second category is based on first category is based on routing information. These protocol in the routing information. But second category is based on temporal information. Briefly we discuss you the on the basis of temporal information, using the past temporal information, past status links, timing of routing, they store the past information of the uh, node. Routing protocol that use future temporal information, expected future status of the link to make. Uh, these are the protocols which are used for temporal information. They store the information by past, future information, their status of links, and a certain status like remaining battery changes, prediction of location, link availability. These primary parameter used for the temporal information based routing protocol. Several example of these temporal based routing protocols which you want to learn, then if you want to learn then you can learn, but these protocols are not assigned in our syllabus, like DSDV, WWRP, star, DSDV, AODV, FSR, HSD. Lots of protocol in this category. The third category based on routing topology. On the basis of routing topology, the protocols are categorized. Internet use of hierarchical routing topology in order to reduce the state information. Hierarchical structure are used for routing topology, like flat topology. If we use flat topology routing protocol, use a flat addressing scheme. Flat addressing scheme in the IEEE 802.3 LANs, like in the LAN architecture, we assign the IP number for each system. Each and every system have a unique IP number. In the LAN architecture, a LAN establishment local area network, each and every system node have own IP address, unique IP address. This feature also implemented in the networking. In the flat address, this is known as flat addressing scheme. IEEE 802.3, which is known as LAN local area network. Global, we assign the each and every node unique IP address. Globally unique addressing scheme for nodes. Hierarchical topology routing protocol uses a logical hierarchy network association addressing scheme, and they are based on the geographical information system, and could be based on the hop distances. And last category, fourth category, is the based on the utilization of specific resources. The specific resources, on the basis of use of specific resources, the power aware routing, like power aware routing is aimed to minimize the battery power. It always track the battery power of the mobile nodes. Aims the minimizing battery power. Routing decision are based on either globally or locally. Minimum time of for power consumption. Geographical information associated with routing reduce the control overhead by the effectively utilizing geographical information. These are the power aware routing or utilization of specific resources. Resource oriented protocols are for this one. So these three categories are further in these categories there are 22 24 numbers protocols are available for information.